So in the past couple of days, Christopher Schur has been charged with, or is facing, a second-degree murder charge for the murder, obviously, of Patrick Lyoya. So second-degree murder supposedly points to the fact that a crime was allegedly not premeditated in nature. So they're claiming that this was apparently not premeditated in nature, even though if you go back and watch the body cam footage that I break down, it becomes very obvious that it was premeditated. Also, I want to point out thehill.com, this title of this article: Michigan officer to face murder charge in traffic stop killing of Patrick Lyoya. So even to even consider that a traffic stop is absurd and gaslighting, because it really wasn't a traffic stop. It was Christopher Schur randomly showed up and decided to bother this man who was sitting on the side of the road in his car. I mean, how the fuck many times have I sat on a random road in a neighborhood just for the fuck of it? I don't even know why. Because I was waiting for something, or I was like trying to figure out what I want to do next. I mean, give me a fucking break. There's many reasons people stop on the side of the road in a neighborhood. That's not a traffic stop. He was already stopped. So if he's not in traffic and his car is already stopped, and I'm pretty sure his car was actually even turned off, you're parked. That's not a traffic stop because you're not in traffic. So more manipulation. But I did want to just bring this to light and point out the fact that, per usual, they're going to do whatever they can possibly do to make the charge lesser, or make the officer or the murderer look less fucked up, basically, when in reality, you basically came across Patrick Lyoya on the side of the road, profiled him, because it was not a traffic stop and he was not bothering anybody. He was sitting on the side of the road. You should have left him the fuck alone. You start antagonizing him. I mean, to me, that's premeditated, because there was no reason for you to even approach Patrick Lyoya. So why were you approaching Patrick Lyoya? So that's where this is manipulative, because they're making it sound like, oh, he, stopped him in a traffic stop and it just led to that. No, he saw Patrick Lyoya on the side of the road, profiled him, or I don't even fucking know what he did. Chose to drive up and, I don't even know, ask him what the hell he's doing. To me, it just sounds like harassment. Why is it any of your business that whatever it was that he stopped on the side of the road? Why the fuck is that any of your business? You can't just randomly see a car parked on the side of the road, drive up to it, and then decide that, oh, it's parked there and the tags are expired, so I'm going to tell this person. It's like, but they're parked. It doesn't even make sense. You can't stop someone when their vehicle is not in motion, and when they're not actually in traffic. So yeah, my whole thing with that seems like it was premeditated. And then if you want to argue that, say, well, that doesn't mean that he was going to kill him. Well, okay, so then why did he randomly turn off his body cam footage prior to shooting him in the head? That's what I want to know. Why the fuck would he turn off his body cam if it wasn't premeditated? Also, if it wasn't premeditated, why did he grab Patrick Lyoya when Patrick Lyoya went to walk around to the passenger side of the car to grab his ID, and he said he was doing that? He was not running, he was not resisting, he was not doing shit except for walking to the passenger side to go get his fucking license, which he had every right to do because he was sitting parked in his car anyway. The car was not even on. So then what happened is he was assaulted by the officer. Again, if you go and look at the body cam footage, the officer grabs him as he's walking to go get his ID. And then, of course, Patrick Lyoya goes to defend himself, because who the fuck wouldn't when you're randomly grabbing me for no reason when you just asked me to go get my ID? So you mean to tell me that an assault... God damn it. So you mean to tell me that an assault that led to an officer shooting a man in the head and murdering him, you mean to tell me that's not premeditated? I'm pretty sure if it started with an assault that was not provoked by anything, and then it led to murder, I'm pretty sure that's premeditated. Because why the heck are you randomly fucking assaulting and grabbing a man who's telling you that he's complying with you? That's murder. That, to me, indicates very clearly that Christopher Schur, and obviously, of course, you need the concrete proof, but the body cam, the fact that he turned it off, is the concrete proof that points to the fact of his intention of premeditation. You turn the camera off because you had a premeditated thought that you were about to do this. Unless premeditated means, let's look, you know what, I'm about to look that up too. What is considered premeditated? Premeditation, planning, plotting, or deliberating before doing something. Premeditation is an element in first-degree murder and shows intent to commit that crime. So how would you prove that he had the intent to commit the crime? Well, again, that moment in the body cam footage where Patrick Lyoya literally goes to walk away from him and he grabs him and starts assaulting him. To me, that would point to, the dude was not doing anything to you, and you started physically assaulting him, which then led to you murdering him for no reason. That would be plotting or, deliberating or considering what you're going to do before you do it, basically. I mean, this guy had an idea of what the fuck he was going to do. Otherwise, he would have just let Patrick Lyoya walk to the other side of the car, because he was literally doing nothing. So just wanted to point that out. But the other thing I wanted to point out is that this guy got out on bond. Yeah. So now there is a murderer running free in the state of Michigan. Disgusting. Grand Rapids officer was justified. Yeah, and by the way, when his lawyer said that, he had literally nothing to back that up. So, bunch of bullshit that he was, yeah, it's absolute bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit. And then I hate how these pictures, it tries to make it look like Patrick Lyoya was just running away from the cop and resisting, when in reality, Patrick Lyoya was put in that position to have to run away after being assaulted and trying to defend himself and realizing, holy shit, this dude is coming for me and I gotta get the fuck out of here, whatever. So, bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit that he got out, obviously. Racism. Very, very, very clear. White supremacy, white privilege, and allowing this